Welcome back, everybody. Let's figure out where I left off. I was planning on streaming yesterday as well, but yeah, that obviously didn't happen. So just quickly reminding myself exactly where I left off yesterday. So we are doing research. We've set up the green science pack. There's gonna be a lot of research happening, and well, I think that the immediate next thing I want to do is to actually well, there's one of two options. I could set up thermalite smelting, which sounds like a very good option to do, or I could go set up an oil starter. I wanted to bring this down into the hotbar, into a slot on the hotbar. Well, let's queue that one. Now, let's go with this. Let's queue that first and then get oil going. The large purple is nice as well, but I do need oil to be able to access that one. Hover engine will unlock a lot of things, amongst other things, the construction industry. But okay, let's go with thermalite smelting. Now, I don't remember the ratio, but I want to make sure, first of all, that I get power down to the lift. The lift is over there. We will need to drag some... Do I need power? No, I do not need power for thermalite smelting. That is self-powered. I do need some thermalite though. And here's where I have two options. Okay, it is over here. There we go. Got a bit disoriented in my own base. So I could drag a belt all the way over there and eventually back. Or I could just build another shipping pad over there, which I think is gonna be the way to go. But if I do a shipping pad, I'll need to also drag power. So let's go on. You know what? This is the smarter thing to do. Dedicated belt. And let's see how I can make my way over here. Generally speaking, I will want to make a lift, and I do want that lift to be fairly close to the personal lift, to the elevator. Where's the... Okay, it is called an elevator, not a lift. We have mining force 1, so technically we could go for more upgrades as well. But let's finish this one, and I think I'll prioritize the upgrades afterwards. so I'll go over here like this. This is a clear path, and I'll just go on with something like this. Intake, perfect. Where's my launch pad? Oh, okay, I already passed it. It is over here. Let's... Is that the right direction? I hope it is. No, it's not. This is the right direction. 2 planes down and connect over here. Cool. That should be... So this is 320. That's the same as the conveyor speed, conveyor belt speed. This will work both ways. So freight elevators do work in both directions. And we are going to smash through the research. Yeah, I really hope I don't have to do one full trip to the surface. Let's clean this up. I have to figure out where I actually put the lift. Okay, there's at least part of the lift. Do I need to clear that out by hand? I think I do need to clear it out by hand. Where's my... Of course I did that. Okay, so while this happens, I do need to... I think that this was the position. I do need to put back the lift. Let's open config frame, add station. I honestly do not remember what level I was at. It was something like 130. And this will have to build everything up again. It is what it is. Now there's another detail. I do not want the lift to be over here. I will reconfigure that in just a second. Let's find a good place to build some thermalite smelting. Ideally we want nice open areas like this. Ideally not closed lakes, as wide as possible. We will be able to eventually mine everything. Okay, that was... Research is going really fast, which is really awesome. Let's open... Let's open up most researches. Let's open up the jetpack. I think that this research will give me portable fuel. No, this one, this gives me jetpack fuel. And that's the most we can research right now. Okay, with a bit of luck, we should have... Oh, it is still connecting. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll build here. Let's get rid of this wall. As I was saying, eventually we will be able to dig out the terrain and actually build nice structures, but for now we are limited to the shape of the lava pit, and we cannot dig the terrain below, and I don't think we can dig these things either. If I'm not mistaken, these are... Some of them are considered either tier 3 or tier 2 or indestructible, one of them. Okay, this has made it to 130, and you know what? I'll just go to 130. Hopefully that is the surface. And I'll go grab some thermalite. I was meant to grab some thermalite before going down. Probably want about... how many do we want to smelt? Maybe about 20 of these for now. 20 should give me a very good supply. Oh wow, almost spot on. I'm just one level below. I can do a quick cheat and... That's 10, and I am still waiting on more thermalite. That's great. Okay, the freight elevator started moving again. You know what? We are almost done with the space station upgrades. We have a lot of money, so I have 3 sectors I can look into. It's kind of annoying that I have these very small sectors, well, other than that one. What's this one? This is very low. I have vacuum bots as well. That might be useful. This is good. Let's get this one. Trade license and trade license. I hope I do have enough for 2 ships. Not enough hangar space. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be a lot of upgrades. I was thinking if I should prioritize these two, but I'll leave it just as is. And you know what? I kind of know how this game is going to progress, so I already have the power poles all the way over here. I'm trying to avoid the main section of the base. And get power over to the elevator. So you can connect the main power grid to the elevator. This will allow power to be delivered at the bottom level. I am just wondering why I do not have any thermalite here. I have plenty of thermalite on the space station. It is probably very likely because I have only one ship. So eventually we will get thermalite. Let's head down to the bottom. I'll make another elevator, but I do want to place at least one lava smelter. The height is 12, but the input ports on the thermalite smelters are somewhere in the middle. I think it's level 8, but I want to check first, make sure I actually get it right before setting up the intermediary floor. There we go. So we are over here. Did I say I'm gonna use this one? No, I'm pretty sure I had my eyes on this one. Well, let's see how much we can get. Can I squeeze 2 in there? No, I can definitely not squeeze 2. And let's head over this way, I think. Two in here. Nope. So it's gonna have to be something like this, I guess. I did not realize that I didn't keep them in line. And I'm not even gonna try to optimize for max space. We can probably do something like a splitter over here. So I'll let one belt run that way, and I'll do a few of these over here. Can I get one squeezed in here? Doesn't seem like it. Those little islands in the middle are actually very annoying. Okay, those were all 10 I could get. It is what it is. So the main okay, so that's level 2. I'm gonna count. It says it's level 6, but I kind of remember it being level 8. So that's level 2. 3, 4, 5. No, it is level 6. So let's try this out. Config frame. Let's set this. I generally just tend to set the name and the height to the same value. So would this be correct? Yes, this is correct. And with that being said, okay, I got 300 from a light over there. That's great. A bit more than I wanted, but still great. So I think it's meant to be over here. I'm gonna want to test that. And the way that is going to be tested, yeah, that's perfect. It does connect. I don't have to do any sort of level control. Tell me I can mine that. I cannot mine that. That's a bit annoying. Well, worst case scenario, I'm gonna access it through the other way. But let's do a 4x3 all the way up here. Oh, I couldn't, yeah, I couldn't put a rail now because it was... because it was blocked by this. Makes perfect sense. Okay, I'm gonna go somewhere in a central position. I want to make maybe 10 more of these. Yeah, that should be perfectly fine. So the way these machines work, we've never seen them before. Nothing too special about them. You put in Formalite, they output Formalite sheets, 10 per minute. We will get an upgrade to bring this to 20 per minute in 1 or 2 science packs, I don't remember. But for now, I'm gonna do a very quick and easy build. We run the input belt. One wide. And the output belt 2 wide. I took a bit more time over here to make sure that at least one port on the factory will be able to output on this belt. Pretty basic stuff. It's gonna take a while for this to get Formalite again, but now all we need to do is make a few more of these. First of all, I need to change them because they need to be the other way around, and we just need to connect everything. There we go. We have inputs. Those two should now be working. I'm not even gonna bother with symmetry because this whole thing is extremely messy and unstructured. I'm just gonna place things wherever they fit. So that's one thing with inserters. I just wanted to highlight it. You cannot output on a corner. because it will automatically straighten the belt and, very importantly, block the connection. That's why a bit earlier I was looking to make sure that at least one of the two ports will be, or one of the 4 ports will be available. So is all good. We have at least one of the ports available, and let's make this one like this. I did say I want to place a few more. Can I do anything else over here? I did see a green at some point. So there's a green here. But I think that if I place this one, that one is gonna become invalid. I thought, well, I do need to switch them up this time. But there we go, this one is working as well. We don't have these ones working. Why not? Oh, the lack of earlier mentioned thermalite would be a very good reason. Once the cargo bay not the cargo bay, but the hangar completes. Hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I thought I'd give it a try with update with the rails and what was it, added trains and the nuclear power plant. It's quite immersive. I haven't played since a year back or something like that. I do like the new upgrades, I'll have to say. And I like the game in general. So definitely give it a try if you're a fan. Okay, this is gonna be a problem. I cannot place that one like that. I cannot place it over here. I can place it over here, however. Let's figure out how this works, because this space over here is not enough to draw all the belts. You know what? I think I'm just gonna split over here. And I want to bring the belts over here like this. We'll figure out the rest later. Now this one is gonna be a bit trickier to no. Oh, come on. Okay, I want to anchor, I want to go one level down, and I want to anchor again. Not clear the anchor. There we go. So this one goes over here. Let's anchor, I don't know. Let's anchor it somewhere like here. And we need a slope up and just need to connect this. Perfect. So now we should have thermalite floating both ways. We do need outputs. To me, it still has a bit of a vibe of an early access game for some reason. Like some things are can definitely be improved and better optimized in terms of gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. But I still find it very enjoyable. So in the end, I guess that's what matters most. I remember back when I first played it, I didn't really like the construction industry. They've added, in the meantime, quite a bit more construction industry related items. I really wish they would have some arrows over here pointing out where the output input ports are on the machine. Let's do this. Let's see if I cannot align either of them. That's very unfortunate. This space looked a bit better. Those are all 10. You know what? Let's take that one out. I'll put the last one. Have you played around with what's it called? Let me check the research tree. I think it's called the Foundry. Yeah, the blast furnace, air intake, and what else? Well, you have the power plant, which is the very new addition. I think these were added in an earlier patch. So I know it's the air intake. Oh yeah, and the blast furnace, which is hot air stove, blast furnace, and heavy caster, which I think is a new addition as well. That looked, combined with the train station, I do have a build in mind I want to try out that I think will be interesting. I hope will be interesting. Did I put this one the other way around? Of course I did. Okay, it seems to be like this. I need one further away. That's too far away. I think they're planning on heavily. I would really hope they're planning on heavily rethinking that, because at the moment. Wait, that's the input. Okay, makes sense. At the moment it is, I don't know, very bland. You do the same thing on level 1 that you do when you're technically late game. So yeah, I really do hope that they have some vision to buff that one up. Okay, so we've queued up jetpacks. What's relevant next? I'm just trying to think the way in which order I'm gonna need things, although I think that research is gonna progress way faster than I'll be able to keep up. So I'm just gonna start queuing random things up. With the addition of the trains, I do think that planetary logistics are a lot better. Where am I? Okay, so this should give me about 200 formalized sheets per second. That should be enough. Anyway, as I was saying, with the addition of trains, I think planetary logistics are gonna become much better streamlined. I did find it a lot clunky, weird before trains with the drone shipping or with belting everything. But I think train is gonna solve a lot of the on-planet resource moving around and also making outposting a lot more viable. Let me just double check. So if I've done this right, I should have formalized sheets over here. Formalized sheets are required for the yellow science pack, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 4 of them for 1 science pack. Then we have circuit boards and energy cells. I think it wants to be, but at the moment it's to me as well, like you said, it's a factory game because look, other than the fact that you can buy resources or buy new things to ship them back to the planet, I don't see much impact in how you're trading here and how that actually impacts the planet base. Like you just ship on planet, you create trade routes, you buy spaceships, you ship to those planets, and when you're not producing enough, you have to up supply on the planet and then trade into more sectors, make more money. At some point I feel money becomes almost irrelevant. You just invest the money into R&D, which I do not have yet, I've just realized. And yeah, the late game is, I think, still quite unpolished, but I'll be honest, I've never gotten into more than controlling like 10-15 sectors. If time will allow, I'll try to go towards, well, maybe even completing everything, see what it would actually take to control all the sectors just for the sake of doing it. But yeah, I don't see any mass incentive to actually follow through with that. Let me make sure I have enough things. I'm a bit worried that I am not getting belts. And I would... What did I set my belts to? Okay, belts are... Oh, I was outside of the range of the Xeno Tower. I would really love to see some trading aspect to it and some sort of I would call it opposition of any sorts, like somebody being able to contest what I'm doing here, some sort of a challenge level. Ideally that can be controlled, because yeah, some people will definitely prefer peaceful mode. similar to Factorio. Some people will definitely prefer a challenge. But yeah, I'm curious to see where the devs are thinking of taking the galaxy map, the shipping of resources of robots. I really do like the idea about building robots, the assembly lines. I don't think I've ever built an assembly line in the game yet. I'm definitely looking forward to uh, doing that. I'm also trying to figure out what resources I'm low on that I cannot build that. Oh, it's just the plates. When in doubt, it is always the plates. Let's grab more plates. I have the jetpack. The jetpack is really awesome. And I'll probably prioritize getting the jetpack functional. How many power poles do I have? I don't have enough power poles. I am trying to make sure that before I go to the Olomite reservoir, I have plenty of everything so I don't have to run back and forward too many times because I'm sure I'm gonna forget something. I have some spare plates, I have a lot of steel, we need steel, we have inserters, we have belt. Extension. Does that mean I can buy more ships? I cannot buy one of those, but I can buy one of these and I can assign this to planetary shipping. Oh, come on. I like to name my ships just so that they automatically group up. You can group them up by assignment, but I'm generally too lazy for that. I can buy, I think, 2 more ships. And we can now go to the galaxy map. I think that this is the one we've opened. And let's add one of the 2 ships. Supply this, supply this. We should have plenty of the plenty of items building. That's a very good demand over there, so we should see our funds going up a bit faster. Let me check my storage over here. We've increased the storage and actually we do not have enough items. I'll boost up the price to the maximum. And you know what? I'll have a quick peek over here. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. There were just not enough ships to actually deliver everything to the station. That being said, wait, what? These were Olomite reservoirs as well. Interesting. And this one. This is a very rich Olomite area nonetheless, and I think I'm gonna build here. I have ore here, I have both technum and xenoferrite, I'll need both. So we'll do rail line here. The train station is gonna come up kind of like this. I'm thinking I'm gonna build over here somewhere. So I'm meant to reach somewhere over here. I'm trying to remember how many tiles my train station is gonna be. If I want to see if I'm gonna build a train station off the main rail going this way, or if I'm gonna do some form of a T-junction. Maybe I'll build over here, actually. Do the train station and elevate all of my production above the train station, same as I'm planning for the main base. Yeah, let's go with that. And this is just one train line. I need to do the second one, and I think I'm gonna do it over this way. So let's spend just a bit of time planning the train station. I have a video it's still in the making. Just piecing together everything I could think about trains and the reason why I'm choosing to go 2 spaces apart here rather than just one or even none. I think one space is kind of a must-have. Yeah, I'll just build the main train station here. I'm not gonna branch off. Just extend this as much as I can right now. Tell me I'm not out of train tracks. Incredible. And after I had all that chat about getting prepared and I've actually been struggling with that. I've done a test play run. Maybe let's increase this to 1k train tracks now that there's nothing left there. Really, this still doesn't sustain everything. Maybe I need to, well, I either need to get one more ship. I don't have the budget for one more ship though. I would have thought that by now it would have backed up. I need to go that way. So I think both, to be honest. The kind of the balance that I got through and the plans I have for this is to have a lot of outposts, first of all, but just outputs I think makes for too many outputs. There's lots of recipes, there's lots of things. I don't know if you saw, it was one of the earlier streams, you can see it in the distance there. There is the beginning of the mall. So I will have, sorry, of the main bus. So I will have a main bus, but I will not have everything on the main bus. So far what I'm thinking is that the main bus is only gonna give is only gonna do robots and potentially some sort of mall to build most of the used stuff, like factories, loaders, belts, etc. and do the xenologistic supply. But yeah, other than that, I think that most other things need to be separated because there's some really tough ratios, like electronic components is 1 to 2 to Technum rods. Circuit boards, you definitely need to build that somewhere else because it's a pretty ugly build. I think that most of the base resources I will outpost. And I am planning on building some sort of a rail grid. And what I'm actually gonna build right now, I wanted to craft some train signals. What I'm gonna build right now is a very factorial-like, or my go-to factorial build pattern for train stations. I've never built too wide. On my test base I've built with yeah, in Factory I think you can build way more stuff with the with just the main boss, at least to get, unless you want to go to Megabase. Here I think that even for simple bases you kind of do need to have some sort of a modular system. I will build this train station the other way around. I usually start with the input, but I think I'll start with the output today. And let's see. I did find out very late in the game that you actually have chain signals, which are really great to have. This is my standard out junction, and the reason why I've built two apart instead of just one apart or none apart is to be able to place this chain signal here. Without this chain signal, trains going this way will stop when train coming on the opposite track or trains going out here will make trains coming from here stop because it's considered a common segment. It's very important to have the train tracks separated. Yes, this is the first train I'm building in this run. I did play around with trains just a bit on another playthrough, just to kind of get myself familiar and not test everything for the first time on the stream. Yep, it is just like Factorial, which makes, for me, I love playing with the rails in Factorial. So it made this very easy to build. It takes up, for some reason it feels like it takes up way more space than in Factorial, but I've just learned over here to build wide and to embrace the fact that I can build in 3D without any restrictions. Let's see. So one thing, speaking of not cluttering, one thing I've learned is to align the train stations on the straight segments. You can probably squeeze in a bit more over here, and the same with the loading stations. You can squeeze a bit more. What I don't have plates. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna build too much of the train station now. I don't know what I'm gonna transport here, but I'll know. I'll need to transport at least ignium. Oh, I even have ignium here. This is a really awesome location for a starting place. Like, ignium is a bit far away, but not that far away. I have even one deposit here. This is actually a very awesome location for oil. I will not need to transport anything very soon. I have been looking at Captain of Industry for a while now, but I have never played that one. So this is gonna be the structure for my train station. I just want to make sure I have the correct layout before I proceed further. So the trains are gonna come out this way and change signals on the out, regular signals on the in. Wrong side, obviously. Okay, they look better. Have you played Captain of Industry? I've seen a few streamers, but I never... I always thought, yeah, I'm gonna try it, but somehow I never seem to get myself to the point where I'm actually trying it. I think I even have it on the wish list on Steam. I'll once I do remember that. I do remember seeing it when it was released, but I don't know, for some reason there was always something else they've released. Okay, just a sec, let me make sure I get this one right. This one I will try to make not as long. For some reason, yeah, there's always been something else that caught my eye, and yeah, in all fairness, I think that it does look like a very solid game that I am quite sure I would enjoy. Okay. Wait a second, something feels off. No, actually this is good. This is more than enough. The input signal goes here and I just need to connect. Okay, that line goes over there. This is the in, so this is the short one to connect, and this is the out. And basically I think that This is as complex as it gets for the train setup. I am missing... I want to have a chain signal, I don't know, over here. And one chain over here and one chain over here. Perfect. Yeah, definitely a lot of games and a lot of factory games have popped up lately, and they are quite interesting. I have to say I have been playing Factorio since I don't even remember. Very, very early days. I don't know, 2010, 2013, definitely before 2010. For some reason it feels like more than that. Okay, this is my train station setup that I'll probably do. And what I'll do, I'll have inputs going and outputs going in from under the station or maybe to the side. I don't have enough room here to do a freight elevator, and I didn't want to go one extra space wide. There is room for a freight elevator on the sides, on either side of the train station. There is a bit of a distance. I thought the train station would actually be a bit wider. But it's still good. I'm okay to pump resources over here, because what I will do now is same as I was planning to do with the main base. I will build on top of the train station. I'll give myself a bit of a buffer, maybe something like this, and I will build on this platform. Okay, now that that is done, let's start setting up oil. Oh, the pump jacks are over here. Let's make 10 of them. And let's head over to the oil patch, see how we can get resources. Okay, it's all the way over here. Oh, there it is. For some reason I thought I would be more on top of it, but it's all good. I do not have the pump jacks anywhere, and I'm actually not gonna put them on a hotbar because I'm just gonna build here once, and that's probably gonna be it for a very long time. Always forget to go into build mode. And we can use the cross piece here. And now connect them with a straight line. Cool, so that's gonna be our oil out. And this is gonna be power. Okay, let's sort out power first, because with power I do want to go close to the train station. Really hate that I cannot build power pole T2 until I have oil up and running. I find the geothermal boilers very underwhelming. They're not that often, they take quite a bit of effort to set up, and they don't provide that much power. I see some power lines over there. Oh, no, I have power over this way. I could have definitely done this better, but as soon as I get the T2 power poles, I'm gonna drag them on the railway. Again, very similar to my Factorio build. I do need to put more stoplights along the train tracks as well. I'm gonna totally forget that. Okay, so I'm gonna take a pipe straight over here and then straight over here. And I think I'm gonna build... I actually have no clue how I'm gonna structure all of this, so we'll see. As I was mentioning, my previous oil build was a total mess. I don't think I can properly replicate anything that I've done there. I need... you know what? No, I changed my mind. Most of my resources are gonna come from the bottom, so I'll maybe do some raw resource processing over here. This one actually now looks a bit too far away for belting. I might actually build a train station. We'll see. 2 ore deposits in pretty close proximity here. Maybe this is a good location for steel. Let's just bring this pipe in. We'll sort out details later. For now, I kind of just want to get the main items going. I do like how easy it is to demolish terrain blocks now and vegetation. Well, we have the power pole unlocked. Where's my pipe? My pipe goes... I think that... Actually, One of the stations over here will eventually become an oil station. So I'm gonna route, this is gonna be passed through. I always leave one open lane over here. I'll use this. I think that that's the one. So even though I have resources over here, I will design the station as I have no resources, and I will eventually have to bring resources in. Okay, now that I am... that looks correct. Okay, let's see, pipe info. Complexity 322 out of 300, so I need... I need to take out about 20 items. That was good. I have to figure out how the pump works. I don't think I've used one yet. I've never had pipes this long. I thought that this would be substantially smaller. Turns out I was wrong. And this one... does this one need... I don't see any power connections on it. But I do kind of think it needs power. I think that it's not okay for that button to be red there. Let's test it out. I'll need to build a couple more of these anyway. Platform power, thanks. So hopefully just connecting this will make it... yeah, it is green now. Does it say in the description? I think it does. Yeah, it requires low voltage grid. Oh no! That's interesting. Wait. Right, that's so cool. I might have missed it, but there we go. Come on. Let's do it like this, and it does actually allow the high voltage grid, which I think it is very nice to not have to build a transformer and base just to put a pump through. That being said, we do have oil here. I will queue up. Let's start with something very quick and dirty. Although this whole thing is gonna be anything but let's say we're gonna start with something quick and dirty. 3 distillation columns for the 3 oil types I have. And I do want to produce liquid fuel as soon as possible so I can start to use my jetpack. I do not remember how the inputs and outputs are, but I do want to have my exhaust gas over this way. Yep, we obviously do not have any sort of power right now. Can I connect straight? Yes, I can, and I can set the recipe. I can do this one. Let's see, did I get it well? Nope, I didn't. But you know what? I think that this will be good enough. Maybe shift this over just a bit. This is the part I don't like with the pipes. I would really like a faster way to build. But well, that's just me nitpicking. I honestly prefer building slower like this than having the pipes behave like Factorial, where you cannot, where they just connect automatically. I do think that this is the better trade-off. We have liquid polymer now. Is it the load? Okay. I need liquid fuel. Liquid fuel is low density. So let's do this. Let's do change recipe to low density. In order to get liquid fuel, I need to get a chemical processor. For chemical processors, I need circuit boards and polymer boards. Okay. Never mind. I generally prefer to leave the input line free so I can move things in and out at will. That's why I don't just use a T-junction here. Okay, so that gives me that thing. Let's extend the platform. This is gonna be a very quick and dirty build to get things up and running, because in order to build this properly, I need the liquid polymer, I need the processors. And in order to get the processors, I will need to do a couple of other things, but I think this is casting machine. Yes, it is. And this is assembler. Okay. So let's build, for now, just 2 casting machines. I obviously have no clue which side is which. This is the exhaust gas. I need, let's set up the exhaust gas first. So with exhaust gas, we need a flare stack. Generally speaking, right now, 1 flare stack is gonna be more than enough to get everything we need. And I'll move this 2 up. so that it doesn't intersect with that pipeline, just in case I want to extend it. This goes all the way over here. Let's does that align? Yes, it does align. Wrong key. So that and that. Okay, that should take care of the exhaust gas. Last thing to do now, let's see. Polymer boards, where's the input? The input is on the other side. How do I want to make this? Do I just want a straight feed line? I think I have enough space over here and still have some room over here to do the fuel build. This one I'm gonna do one down. Right now in the game there's not that many fluids, so I can very easily do this. I'm not gonna be bothered by low-hanging pipes or anything. We have the upgraded freight elevator. We need to queue up more research. I forgot about that. Do we have anything functional that's still needed? Yes. Let's get that going. Let's get that one going. I will wait until building those. But yeah, I think that I'm happy with this. Yeah, that's behind Sans Pack 5. That's gonna be a long way away. Do I still have the assemblers? I do not have the assemblers on any hotbar. Hope I don't have that many. What's the ratio? 1 to 1. 2 to 1, so I'm gonna get about 100 boards. That's still good. Let's pick up whatever excess I have over here. So that's gonna allow me to build power pole 2. But I'm out of components. Okay. I can build a chemical processor now, but that's gonna be a very long build. Okay, I'll take that. Now that I have the chips, and queue up just a few more power poles now. So this will give me liquid fuel. Which is gonna be outputted through there. Let's connect the pipes. How do I want to connect that? I'm actually want to, and I think that that would be, yeah, that's good. Is, where's the input? The input is over here. Nope, it's this. And oh, yes, I am still missing that one. Okay, this is producing the fuel, and I need one of the blue ones, if I'm not mistaken. This is becoming very ugly, but I am just powering through it. To get my jetpack fuel. Jetpack fuel, and I should have some iron plates to feed. First train run item. I think the first train run item is gonna be this xenoferrite or over here. And well, I have technum here, so I'm gonna build for oil. For oil we need electronic components. We'll need a lot of them to do circuit boards. And energy cells. So we need electronic components. That's why I built around the technum deposit. What else? We need plates, so I need to have a plate build, and I think I'm gonna get the ore here and just process some ore on the spot here until we get to a dedicated deposit. Or I don't know, maybe I'll do a dedicated build. I think, no, actually, thinking longer term, I will get the plates here directly, because I think I just need the plates. Glass, probably similar. I'll find a mineral deposit. I've just realized that other than this deposit that's over here that I'm already mining, oh, I have one more over here. So I'm probably gonna build a T-junction, something like here, and then branch off here to load the ore and the mineral rocks, and later on load the ignium. But yeah, mineral rocks here, iron plates here. I'll have technum here for now, although this looks like a very small deposit. And I think that that's gonna be it for now. Later on we'll need a lot of other things, but yeah, I will run dedicated builds for those things. And my priority now, besides getting the jetpack fuel, which I now have, and I can now fly, which is really awesome. So let's let this run. Priority is going to be to set up solar power and battery power. let's get some of that. I am completely out of iron plates. Oh no, I actually have plenty of machinery parts, so that's good. I still have some technum. I still have some steel. What am I low on other than iron plates? Doesn't look like I'm low on anything, to be honest. Low on polymer boards, but that is to be expected. Did I leave enough room here? Looks like I have left enough room. So I will run my main power line like this. Really? I would really like power poles to have longer reach. I think they have very short reach in an unnecessary way. Too far, so let's put one over here. In my previous run, I did a very different train setup, but my first resource was actually to get my iron back to my main base because I moved way slower and actually this deposit ran out before I had access to the low level. This is locked behind the mining level 1. Really glad I didn't have to do that now. It gave me a bit more time to plan. At this point, I am improvising a bit. I do want to make sure that power is still running, but let's do a bit of cleanup first. I want to leave some of that over here. How do I do? This should be enough to last me for a while. Let's get some boards, because with the boards I'm gonna be able to do a few more power poles. And well, let's have a look. I need to remember the recipes, to be honest. Okay, so for solar panels I'll actually need basically all the resources: plates, electronic components, glass, and energy cells. And for energy cells I need all of those as well: plates, electronic components, glass, and alumic acid. Alumic acid also requires ignium, and aluminum gas is crude oil. So I need to produce enough alumic olomite gas to get enough olumic acid, and this is a low volume production. 1.35. So this is a 1 to 2. This gives me 300. And 300 is enough to power 5 of these energy cell machines. Is that correct? No, it's 120. It's 2.5. I think I'm gonna do at 5 machines. That's 5 machines is gonna be 60 batteries per minute. How many batteries does this one need? This requires just a bit under 60 per minute. This is a lot more, 120 per minute. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 towers into 4 olumic acid chemical processors. Into 5 batteries. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. 2 of these, 4 of... For some reason no, it should be more. Yes, it is more. It's 2 to 4 to 10. Or 1 to 5. Let's go to 10 because I want to be able to produce enough solar powers, the solar panels and batteries. I will run off solar for a very long time in the game, probably until we get to nuclear, because I just cannot be bothered. It's way easier to scale, I think. Although a bit tedious at points, but way easier to scale. But in order to get there, I need iron plates, I need glass, and I need electronic components. I basically need to go build all 3 outposts. How much rail do I have? Not enough rail. I will go down and scan this area, but the plan is Technum is here. I'll do that last. I'll get the mineral rocks and the xenophorites, so I'll build the train station over here. I think that's the plan. In order to go ahead with that plan, I need a lot of rails. I have train stops. I need train stations. How many train stations do I need? I need... I need 4 train stations. I already have 1 and 2. I'm gonna repurpose those. I need the... Oh, I'm out of advanced machinery parts. That's what I forgot to load. I should probably save some in here, but we'll do that later. And why can I build only 2 of these? Am I low on steel? I'm low on steel. So since I'm here, I'm gonna grab the steel as well. Cool, so I have 2 trains. I have the train station. I'll need a lot of assemblers. I'll need a lot of loaders. Can I build? Not really, I cannot build that many because I am low on electronic components. I'm probably low on plates. Okay, now I can build quite a few of these. I do need crushers. Let's build 20 of them. I will need smelters. Let's build at least 20 of those. Do I need assemblers? I'll build 5 assemblers. I don't think I'm gonna need that many assemblers. I think it's mostly gonna be smelters and crushers. With a lot of smelters. I'm gonna be low on plates. Well, let's grab whatever else I can. I should have a few more plates lying around here. There we go. And I can build a few more smelters with that. I have a couple of empty slots. Let's go build. So if I build a train station, I kind of don't want to go over the mountain, but I might. Or actually don't need to. I'll build a train station over here, and I'll build some processing over here, and yep, that looks like a good plan, at least in theory. I'm still very bad at judging distances. Yes, it is a 1.5 efficiency boost. I've crushed my ore from the initial patches as soon as I was able to. We have a few new deposits. No, they're all the same ones. But you need substantially fewer crushers. I really do hope that they bring blueprints into this game. Normally I would like to have this at consistent spacing, but I have no idea what consistent spacing even means. So I'll build over here. Let's go like this. Is that correct? That's one way, and like that. That is correct. So this is gonna be a T-junction with a change signal over here. Let's make sure I get this spacing right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that looks correct. For some reason, I keep having an impression that something's off, but I don't think anything is off. Let's see. This is the first time I'm building a T-junction. I've read about the mod, but for some reason, I don't very often play modded modded games. Factorio was probably one of the few exceptions when I've actually said, yeah, I'm gonna play this one modded. Okay, that works. So this intersection is now fully isolated. Let's see if I can isolate more. Ideally, I would want to isolate this segment to this segment. I'm gonna use chains everywhere. So let's see if I do this and this is gonna get isolated. Given how tightly packed those things are in the middle, I don't think I'll be able to isolate as much as I want to. Yeah, I've done nothing so far to optimize. If I split this one here, yeah, it does nothing. I cannot place there. That might have helped, but ideally I would have wanted to place over there and over there. And it kind of looks like there is space, but for some reason the game doesn't, like, that space is substantially tighter, same as that one, than the space here. I should really be able to put... Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to optimize this. I do agree with blueprints, like, it is a must-have. I have to say, I really hope they don't... I don't know how that mod works, but I really hope it's not gonna work like they've done for Satisfactory. I think that the blueprint system in that game is horrendous. Probably a very good example of don't do like this. Is the mod you're referring to closer to how blueprints work in Factorio, or closer to Satisfactory style? I don't know if you know Satisfactory, but assuming you do. Oh, there's a Technum deposit here. That's good. That means I'll be able to extend this train station. For many other things later on. I actually don't know where am I gonna build the train station. I want to have it somewhere. I'm gonna do a dedicated ignium station because that's just gonna be a load. This I'll make slightly bigger. Okay, let's go ahead with a train station. How many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I think that this is the perfect place to do a train station. I'm gonna have loading, unloading over here. Parking here. I might just belt ignium over here. this is meant to be the exit. Yep, that's good. One over there, and I'm trying to think if this is the... Oh, okay. I'm gonna get this slightly distracted because I need some of these. I believe about 50 of these, and I'll need some to build more crates. Yeah, I haven't built enough train stations to remember the dimensions and everything, so hopefully I'm not gonna mess the build up. We can do minor level 2. I'm probably gonna use them just because, but oh really? It was this small of a cave? This is so underwhelming. Can I at least get 50 out of this? Okay, at least I got my 50 items to finish the research. Yeah, I cannot remember the length. I think it's meant to be 16. Or is it? How wide is a train station? It is 4 wide. One, two, three, four. Yep, so I need to place 8 more tracks. All of these are gonna be loading wagons, and let's do... Okay, it is enough space to run parking as well. Why is this a double? It shouldn't be a double. I do remember that when I'm building train stations, I'm meant to stack them off by three cells. And this one is actually, I keep it as a pass-through. Okay, it's like that because I'm missing this chain signal. And how many train stations did I say I need here? So I'm gonna load plates, I'm gonna load glass, and I'm gonna load ignium. So I want to build 3 train stations, or room for 3 train stations. That's one, and let's do the other. That's 2, and this is gonna be lucky number 3. Nope, that's the wrong one. I've done a stream on Satisfactory, and I kind of powered through it, but I'm not gonna say I liked it. But I don't know. Maybe that was just me being spoiled by the Factorio devs. Because the Factorio devs did a really awesome job at... let me get a bit... Okay, let's finish the parking first, and then I'll get back. I'll do a full 12 length, I think, with 2 stacks for now. That should be more than enough. The blueprints in Factorio are really awesome. I think that's the best blueprint system I've seen. I don't know, maybe in any game. Or I don't know if in any game or... yeah, still very, very nicely built blueprint system. And this game, if it wants to compete, it needs to have a good blueprint system as well. Yeah, and exactly, it shouldn't be a very complicated thing to do either. I'll do shorter tracks because I don't want to run into that mountain. And look, I'm sure that the Satisfactory devs had their reasons behind going with that blueprint system. I want to believe that they didn't do that when having other options. I might be wrong though. But yeah, now you really made me curious about Captain of Industry. This is not right. This goes... okay, what's the direction? This goes this way. Yeah, it needs to come in like this, and it needs to go out like that. Or, well, the other way around, but you get it. One out. Can I build anything there? Now I should be able to. I want my train tracks back. Oh, let's extend everything. Cool. That's good. The junction, I think, should be working. I'll use the chain there. Chain over here, and I just need this one. Chain, and finally that chain. Okay, this looks fully done. The train is done, and I can now get back to my train station. Yeah, sounds like I should definitely give it a try. Can I build more train stations? Actually, I have enough to build here, and if anything else, I'll get more resources when I get back to the main base. Let's do a bit of cleanup. This for the big items. Yeah, time is gonna be the biggest challenge. Getting enough time to actually be able to try out new things. I've been meaning to get back to streaming for quite a few months now, and well, I've only been able to start streaming again last week. Interesting. I do love myself a train system, so a good train system that is. So let's see. What is this gonna be? Iron. So I'm kind of using this naming convention for train stations. I hope it's gonna scale. Iron plates, L2, T1. Loading, 2 wagons, train station 1. Although, and I'll limit that to 2 train stations. Let's see. This is gonna be, is it glass? L2, T1. And finally, is it possible to change that without impacting solar? Or will that impact solar as well? Like, I would really like to not have the day-night cycle, but that would make solar way too overpowered. Control U just turns off the recipes and things like that for buildings. I don't think it impacts solar, or I've tried to turn it on. To me, it just turns on and off the recipes. Like, if I was to have a machine, where is it? obviously I cannot do anything without power. Yeah, it just does that. I don't know if I have my key bindings wrong or something. But thank you for reminding me. I actually want to have that turned on. Alt U. Camera tools, okay. I remember entering this menu once, but did that change it? Camera tools. Oh, that takes me into a special... Interesting. I have to play around with this. Hopefully it's gonna... Yeah, I'll wait until the day. Maybe it just freezes the time otherwise, and I definitely don't want to freeze it at night. What was I doing? I wanted to build my freight elevators. I'll do 2 of these, 1 regular elevator, and where's the deposit? Oh, I need power. Let me go back for power first. Do I have enough power poles? Still have some, but I don't think enough. I'm really curious if they're gonna patch at some point this railway behavior where you can base it's the most up. Right now the railway is the optimal way to get rid of terrain in a controlled manner. But yeah, I am noticing that on stream is, for some reason on stream is way worse than I'm seeing it on my monitor. And if I don't remember to look at the stream every once in a while, I kind of forget even to turn on the flashlight, which is really bad. Well, hopefully we're gonna go into daytime mode in just 2 hours, I think, or something like that. Oh, in just under an hour. Really? Too far? There we go, almost have power back here. First outpost almost functional. It was somewhere around there, I believe. Yep, that's actually very close. I don't want to be that close. The Technum is a very low deposit. We'll have to work a bit more for that one. When I do these types of deposits, I kind of made a plan, a battle plan. Okay, those are my freight elevators. I will make sure to, first of all, not be very close to the deposit. I think that should be good enough. And also to build my elevator on the power grid. 116. Let's get this one to start building, and let's get our building platform going. So I'll get 2 yellow lanes. Yeah, let's go with 2 yellow lanes. I'll let the sun come up just a bit more. It's still not... I don't think this is good enough. I do need some transformers, and okay, first of all, I don't have any active research. I keep forgetting about it, and I do want to finish everything. Let's get... At this point it really doesn't matter. I'm not gonna do that anytime soon. The build order is quite big, or the build queue, I should say, is quite big. Space station, I'm getting close to my limit. I did set up the trades to those planets. I think I'm making enough money to not be that bothered at this point. Construction drones are being upgraded. What do I want? Let's get the R&D lab. I'm not gonna buy resources anytime soon. Cargo bay I already have. I kind of want to get more contracts, I guess. Actually, let's get these things queued. I don't want the fuel depot. I've never built fuel. But having better efficiency always makes sense. Medium ship, that's gonna be a while. There's plenty of things to do now in the queue, and the reason why I build a platform, I'm gonna start my elevator at the top. I usually try to place it very close to my lift, but this time I'm gonna place it close but slightly higher. And I've placed the wrong part. Needs to be over there. And this is probably should have came from this side. This is way easier to build. Okay, that's the output. Let's see, we should have... I need to get down. In the pit, we should have this... oh, this was a very small elevator, so this was built a long time ago. Now, the reason why I align with the line track is because now I can do this. That's a very small deposit. Um, 3 on the side is generally more than enough. Yeah, and go past by 3 spaces. Oh, I was off center here. That's why. Okay, it doesn't look that small anymore. Yeah, normally doing this type of excavation by hand would take forever. And just to finish things up, again, I've said this already in one of my previous streams. Not necessary to do this, but I kind of like it to look nice. Okay, let's bring the platform to maybe here. Let's get the platform to build, or the freight elevator to build, and I guess I will run the first line like this. Can I build... Yeah, I can build these ones, and I need just 4 of them. I'll go grab a glass of water. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Before I forget, let's turn off day-night cycle. It should be dead in the middle of the day. Move the robot a bit so it can excavate faster. So this should be enough to fill a 320 lane. If I'm not mistaken, the freight lift 2 can carry 2 lanes, yes. I need to also make the power connection. Yeah, I usually leave a place to get out. I guess I'm not gonna have power until I get back up. This is good enough. As we grow, I will eventually extend these to be higher tier belts. Okay, I need to go into this tool and remove all blocks. Didn't have that much left, but whatever, it's gonna be good enough. Well, let's see if we actually get power out. If we get ore out. If I don't, I'll have to assume that something went wrong. Really? Okay, so we should see resources starting to come up very soon. So we're doing 320. I have to remember the ratios again. Okay, it's 8 and 16. And I actually need to get more than 2 belts out. Okay, we can do that. Let's leave a bit of room. Okay, that's gonna be the iron station. I'll actually build... So if I was to build here, do I want to output on the same side? Probably no, I'll output on the opposite side. I think I want to have this one here. With this one here, so that's gonna be output belt. Yeah, so let's do the first belt like this. What am I doing? I'm doing ore, iron ore. I do have plenty of belts, I hope. And here is where blueprints or from Factorio, the copy-paste functionality is probably even better than blueprints in some cases. Okay, we are getting ore out. I'm gonna assume I've set everything properly, although that can be a very bad assumption. So over here I said I need 16 of these. And I need more platform? What's happening? Oh, don't tell me that... Unbelievable. Well, that's something I didn't know. The loading station is... higher than the train station. Are you kidding me? That is extremely annoying. Really? Come on. Okay, we're all good now. No problems. Let's try this. What was? No, I've misaligned something. Okay, these are just one tile too high. Okay. And that's why I usually take a bit of extra buffer. I don't know why I haven't done that this time. But yet another example of it would have been so nice to have blueprints. Oh well, I haven't lost that much, so I'll quit complaining about it. I've only lost a tiny bit of progress. I almost done it correctly. There we go, all resources are back in the machines, not in my inventory, and let's continue building this. So I said I'm gonna need 16 of these. Let me make sure I got that correctly before I put all of them down. It's 320 by 20, 32 by 2. Yeah, that's 16. And in terms of output, I'll actually have one extra belt. I'm wondering if I should complicate my life with that. Maybe it's not worth it. So this outputs 40 per minute, and this will take 20 per minute, so I can do same belt. Doesn't look right. Yep, like this. Grid, how's my grid doing? Still holding. This will turn off very quickly anyway, so it's all good. Well, that's one very interesting thing. Trains do not require anything to function. There's no power connection, there's no grid, there's no nothing. I would honestly be very happy if the... Oh, I've missed this. If the trains would use power but also act as a grid transmission. But at the moment, no, there's no power connection, there's nothing, the trains just work. Kind of similar to belts. I always found it very interesting that belts just magically work without any power in all games, not just here. But yeah, I just took it as a given. Probably same as with everybody. So if I do this, I haven't tried this build pattern before. Hopefully I'm not gonna regret it. I can do... how do I do this? I can do this for input and I'll do this for output. That's gonna be a problem, obviously. So I'll do yeah, I kind of disliked how that about quite a few games, the fact that you have to do these power connections which don't provide any sort of logistical challenge, they just are. That sounds like a very good way of doing things, and I would really like everything to use power. Like if you want to make it realistic or somewhat realistic, make it use power, or don't make such complex systems. I was also trying to think at the same time how I want to build this. And I cannot multitask all that well, as you've probably already noticed. Okay, so now this just becomes input. Yep, input over here. And let's manage the output. So I think what I'm gonna do is... okay, 320 output means 11 of this, I believe. That's 330. So, okay, where is 11? Come from here. This should be 11. And I should be able to do something like this. I'll do a mixed output. Yes, thank you for that, but it has been a constant struggle to try to do that to any sort of level. I wouldn't call it reasonable. I'm still working on that, but well, I do enjoy having company while playing, so I would say an effort worth doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is 11. I managed to somehow get myself confused. Actually, no, this goes like that, but I need to remove all of these. It's actually a very cool implementation. I actually like it in the sense that it's very loose. So right now, if I open up my map, I have a couple of Xeno crates around here. I only have one tower. You can, I don't know if you can, how well it's visible on the stream, but you have this area covered here. If I had enough resources to craft one more Xeno tower, assuming I would be out of resources and I would be able to get them, I could just drop a Xeno tower here, wait for it connected to the high voltage power grid. Takes a bit for it to charge, but after that I would just start getting resources. I don't need to make a full continuous connection to the areas where the chests are or anything like that. I don't even think that I need to have a Xeno tower where the chests are to begin with. Like the chest can be somewhere completely random. As long as I'm in the coverage area of one Xeno tower, I will get resources. So it's very simple, very intuitive. I like it. I do like it. Okay, this is the train station limit. Now I have 2 belts and a half, I believe. Yes, I have 2 belts and a half. How do I want to distribute this? There is gonna be a way to mine everything you need. I'm not at that point yet, and I don't think I have any of them highlighted. I actually should have something from the lava cave. Oh yeah, I do have a crystal node over here, so I'll be able to later on. There's a tech. I don't remember if I research. I don't think I'm gonna research it. I think it is. Yeah, it's gonna be in the Xeno research thing where you can basically mine those nodes. for both types of materials, so you'll be able to automate everything eventually, which is again quite cool. I'm out of circuits. That is not cool on the other hand. Yep, and for some reason it's more difficult to get to the alien scrap power nodes, but you can see here I can actually radar for xenocrystals, and apparently there's one right below me. Very interesting. I'll be able to do the same for alien scrap, but again it's gonna be a while until I can actually build them. You know what, for now I'll keep things simple. So I'll put... I really wish there would be a functionality to lock things in place. Yeah, that would... With vertical belts and the fact that you can build at any level without any sort of restrictions, I think it would make them a bit way too overpowered. At least the lifts provide a bit of inconvenience. Please tell me I didn't delete anything below. No, I didn't. Yeah, I thought that exact same thing way too many times. Wouldn't it be nice to have some sort of single... well, I guess you could think of the lifts as vertical belts, but they take up a lot of space. Make something that doesn't take so much space that's still useful. So what I'm gonna do here, and the reason I want two below is because I'm actually gonna do two sets of belts. Let's remove that. So output, output. And now we are going to split them, one for each train station. Where's the inputs are over here. I do have enough space to bring all of them. Okay, I need way more of these. Yeah, but I guess the lifts would become useless then, unless you make the lifts substantially higher throughput or something like that to justify them. But yeah, I do get the... I thought the same thing, that it would be cool to have something less bulky, because that's the main thing with lifts there, and the main difference. Like, expensive, that can be sorted out very fast. It's an automation game. You get resources very soon to get rid of the cost problem. But yeah, it's still the ability to do things in tight spaces when you haven't planned well enough. Because technically, if you plan well enough, lifts are good as well. I agree. I definitely agree that it would be nice. So now we have two belts fully distributing into this station. What was the recipe for glass? Was it just... Oh no, it's gravel. Oh, that's gonna be Well, that's gonna be actually a very similar build. So, and gravel is, so we have 10 to 30 and then 60 to 12. Uh, 10 to 30, that means I either need to output on 3 belts or I need to do something funky with the way I pick off the belt. And I think one belt will be just enough for this one. Oh, okay. I think that's gonna be for the next stream though. I'll probably try to do another session. Okay, this functions nicely. I'll try to do another stream tomorrow around the same time. Yeah, that would be, I guess, still supply chain, but I actually don't know the concept. I'm kind of imagining based on the name, but that could be interesting. Oh, so you just have to make maintenance parts and they automatically fix themselves. Quite interesting. I'll have a look at the game again. I think I've actually watched some stream of just a couple of days ago. It does look very complex if you're in the middle of a build, I'll have to say. If you haven't been there from the beginning. But yeah, no, I'll definitely have a look into it. Really, I cannot use the ore scanner in drone mode. I'll go up to the ore deposit just to remember where I left off. But yeah, that's gonna be for tomorrow. For today, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for keeping me company. Oh no, I've definitely enjoyed the company. Well, hope to see you around again. Have a good one. Bye.